So, CinemaSins has decided to start claiming there are errors with the first 6 Star Trek movies, which, as we know, have no errors. This sounds like a job for the Star Trek apologists, but keep in mind not all sins are errors, but questions in judgment like this.
Don't interfere with it.
Unnecessary orders.
Or production decisions like taking too long on certain shots.
Here are 3 Klingon ships that, while capable of cloaking, are approaching this space thing uncloaked, which they definitely won't regret.
How do you know the Klingons had cloaking devices? Did you look under the hood? Oh, I get it. You think all Klingons have cloaking devices. Not to mention, at this point in Trek history, we've only seen Romulans use the cloaking device. Although, if you buy the idea that the Romulans got the Klingon ships in Enterprise incident by trading the cloaking device for Klingon tech, you may have a point, but that was only about 5 years ago, so I go back to my first answer.
I have an exterior visual.
Of a fight taking place super far away? How?
Oh, let me guess. You measured how far away it was. Also, have you never heard of sensors, tech capable of scanning objects both nearby and far away, and generating images from the scan?
Tactical is actually standing by on future Afterburner arcade machines. The ball of electric energy headed towards the ship is best represented by a hexagon with 6 pegs extending off of it. This is when your computer has given up.
Well, Klingons have never cared much about frills. All they care is that it works.
So when Vulcans have sex, do they do it logically? How do you get a boner that way?
No. It is not.
Spock, you can answer this one.
If any creature as proudly logical as us were to have their logic ripped from them as this time does to us, how do Vulcans choose their mates? Haven't you wondered?
I guess the rest of us assume that it's done quite logically.
Pon farr. Time of mating.
I'm replacing you as captain of the Enterprise.
Starfleet made a decision to give Kirk command of the Enterprise without consulting its current captain in the matter. They felt it better to simply have Kirk drop that bomb on Decker in person. Hell, they had a good 4 minutes of Enterprise masturbation to tell him before Kirk showed up.
Well, I'm guessing Kirk said he would break the news. Some might call it a dick move, or maybe he just thought too highly of himself. Given what we know of Kirk, either is possible.
My experience. 5 years out there dealing with unknowns like this.
Wait, 5 years? That's all? I know the series was canceled early, but that's all the experience it takes to make Admiral? How desperate is Starfleet anyway?
Kirk did not actually say he was only captain for 5 years, just that he had 5 years dealing with unknowns. Actually, Kirk served on the Enterprise as captain for at least 2 years before the 5-year mission. In Menagerie, Spock said he served with Pike for 11 years, and that episode took place 13 years after The Cage. And we still don't know when Pike and Spock started working together. Sorry for the tech babble, but that's sort of my shtick.
Why did they even try to send people through this transporter thing anyway? It wasn't even considered fixed, and they just sent people through. That's a lawsuit right there. And weren't they sending small ships to the Enterprise?
Yeah. Miscommunication? Some blame clearly as he was supposed to replace a part.
I knew it.
Air supply ducts
The
open.
transporter sensor was not
Air
activated.
equalization automatic off.
Faulty module.
Shuttlecraft
Clearing.
status.
Put a new backup sensor into the unit.
Aye,
sir.
Granted, this video of a seemingly Klingon ship being evaporated by the alien probe is alarming and scary, but who shot that video? The ship that was evaporated? Was it live streamed via Twitch when it went missing or something? If so, how is there any video of the ship free space, eh? Wouldn't a tail-mounted camera disappear with the ship?
This is the same footage recorded by Epsilon 9. Geez, did you watch the movie? Not to mention, you literally showed us the footage of Epsilon 9 watching this very scene.
External view.
But where is camera?
I guess this is a good one, since Epsilon 9 is destroyed. Although, it is possible that when Kirk ordered an exterior view, that they switched to a feed from an exterior satellite.
Non-belligerency confirmed.
How do futuristic scanners account for the ship's belligerency levels?
Confirmation can come in many forms, including authenticating with the Federation that the ship belongs to the Federation and is not an enemy spy.
Energy of a type never before encountered.
Then how can you even read the existence of said energy? You have scanners that can read energy regardless of type?
What? You've never encountered something you could not classify? You see an animal no human has ever encountered. Your eyes still see it. You just say what Spock said.
Jim, what's going on?
Tricorder.
I'm the ship doctor, but I don't actually carry a tricorder.
Wait, what? You think doctors always carry their equipment with them? Do you assume that doctors walk around with their stethoscope around their neck all the time? Just look around. You can tell no doctors are in the room because nobody has medical equipment.
I'm passing through a connecting tunnel, apparently a kind of plasma energy conduit.
Who is he f***ing talking to?
I know the movie's slow, but you could have watched the whole thing. Here, let me show you the scene you apparently skipped.
Computer, commence recording. Captain Kirk, these messages will detail my attempt to contact the aliens. I must try to mind meld with it.
Can you mind meld through spacesuit gloves, though? Well, I guess you can mind meld with that alien thing through a spacesuit. Who knew?
Not only is Spock mind melded with another robot in the past, he also did it with a rock and a woman across the room.
Why did none of you wear a f***ing spacesuit? God damn, is there air? You don't know.
Geez, skipping more of the movie. I'll play the clip for you.
I read an oxygen gravity envelope forming outside the Enterprise.
And there's no one on Earth who could recognize the old signal and send a response.
Earlier in the movie, this thing was communicating on a frequency that was so fast the Enterprise could not talk to it because the ship's signal was too primitive. Now they're saying V'ger's trying to use a 300-year-old signal after it was modified into much better technology?
The primitive lingual code is to confirm the identity of the creator. If they reply, you must join with them. I know. I am no Johnny Cochran.
You mean this machine wants to physically join with a human?
Amazingly, yes, that's exactly what this machine wants to do, even though just 4 minutes ago its probe said this.
That is not logical. Carbon units are not true life forms.
Yet somehow the machine circled back on this through all the exposition we just heard, and it will now accept a carbon life form as the creator.
V'ger is willing to accept the identity of the creator based on the ability to reply to the primitive lingua code.